Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're embarking on a truly captivating journey. It's one that unwinds through centuries of artistry, culture, and, well, just meticulous craftsmanship. Our destination, the magnificent world of Persian and Oriental carpets. And we've got a very specific, luminous focus today, the renowned Mashad rugs. Our mission for this deep dive is basically to unpack the rich history, the really intricate craftsmanship, and, the unique characteristics that make Mashad carpets so special. We're drawing from a stack of detailed sources here. They shed light on their origins, the specific weaving techniques used, their distinctive designs, and even how this ancient art form is thriving today in a modern business specializing in these exact treasures. So yeah, get ready to discover some surprising facts, extract those key nuggets of knowledge. We want you to feel profoundly well-informed by the end, but, never overwhelmed. Okay, let's unpack this.
And it really is a fascinating area. It truly is. What's remarkable, I think, is how these textiles embody such a profound blend. You've got cultural heritage, artistic skill, and just undeniable historical significance all woven together. Understanding the nuanced details of these carpets. It isn't just about appreciating a beautiful object, though they certainly are beautiful. It offers a direct window, really, into centuries of artistry, trade, and human ingenuity. It's a testament, you could say, to enduring beauty and craftsmanship that just transcends generations. We're about to explore the deep stories held within their threads. It's quite something.
That's a powerful way to put it, a direct window. I like that. And to begin, let's set the scene with Mashad itself. This isn't just any city in Iran. Mashad, sometimes spelled M-A-S-H-A-D, stands as a beacon, really, for its deep, rich history and an unwavering tradition of weaving truly exquisite Persian rugs. We're talking about a craft that doesn't just span decades, but centuries. Its roots run deep into the very identity of the place. These aren't simply floor coverings. Honestly, they feel more like narratives woven in wool.
Exactly. Narratives.
Mashad rugs are globally recognized for their grandeur, and we'll definitely dive into what that means visually and historically, their incredibly intricate designs, and, well, the sheer undeniable quality of the materials used. So you might be asking, why should you specifically care about Mashad rugs? I mean, there's a whole universe of incredible carpets out there. Well, it's because they are so fundamentally rooted in the city's cultural and historical fabric. They reflect Mashad's religious significance. It's a holy city, after all its profound artistic heritage. They essentially become a tangible piece of its soul. Imagine possessing not just, a decorative item, but a piece of living history, a vibrant artwork, and a powerful symbol of cultural identity, all meticulously woven into one single magnificent item. It's something that can adorn a space for generations, whispering stories of its origin.
That concept of grandeur you mentioned is an excellent starting point, and it really does encompass several layers. What truly stands out for me is how it doesn't just refer to the aesthetic beauty, but often to the physical scale of these rugs. While Mashad certainly produces some smaller, maybe more intimate pieces, a significant portion of their output, perhaps even their most famous creations, are large, often room-sized carpets. Sometimes they stretch to almost monumental proportions.
Oh, monumental.
Yeah, and this scale, combined with the intricate detail and the high-quality materials we'll discuss, it truly elevates them beyond mere utility. They become focal points, almost architectural elements within a space, capable of transforming an entire room. And that connection you highlighted to the city's cultural and historical fabric, it's profound. It means that when you're looking at a Mashad rug, you're not just seeing a pattern. You're witnessing centuries of accumulated artistry and the very identity of a place woven into being. It's that unique embodiment of both tangible quality, the wool, the knots, and intangible cultural value that sets them apart. They don't just occupy a space, they really define it.
It's incredible to think about that, how something so functional can carry such immense cultural weight. And that brings us perfectly to, well, how did this all come to be? You've highlighted how deeply rooted these are, but how did Mashad become this epicenter of rug weaving? Where do we even begin to trace those initial threads?
That's a crucial question, absolutely. Because the story of Mashad rugs is deeply intertwined with the history of the broader region. It reflects waves of influence and innovation. If we look at their ancient roots, rug weaving in Mashad has a remarkably long history, stretching back centuries. What's particularly insightful, I think, is that it wasn't developed in isolation. It was profoundly influenced by a confluence of traditions, Persian, of course, but also Turkmen and Afghan. This really highlights a rich tapestry of cultural exchange.
So a real melting pot of styles.
Exactly. Imagine different weaving communities, each with their own distinct patterns, maybe unique dyeing techniques, specific knotting styles, interacting, perhaps through trade routes or nomadic migrations. This wasn't just about one tradition developing linearly, it was about a dynamic blending of ideas, sometimes competing for prominence, sometimes merging to create entirely new forms. This cross-pollination led to a unique synthesis that ultimately began to define the burgeoning Mashad style. This early period, often overlooked, really laid the groundwork for the sophisticated grand weaving that would emerge later. It's the origin story, if you like, of Mashad's textile identity.
Fascinating. So it wasn't just one straight line of
But
development.
not at all. Then we move into a truly pivotal era, the Safavid dynasty. This period, roughly from the early 16th to the mid-18th century, played an absolute significant foundational role in developing Mashad as a major rug-producing center. Safavid rulers actively supported the art of carpet weaving, and this wasn't just a casual endorsement, mind you. It was profound royal patronage, which for any craft is a complete game changer.
Absolutely.
It meant direct investment from the highest levels of power, potentially establishing royal work gaps right there in Mashad, attracting and sponsoring the most skilled artisans from across the empire, bringing them to reside and work there, and providing them with access to the finest, most exquisite materials available, from the highest quality wool to rare, expensive dyes.
So the best of the best, essentially.
Precisely. When a state actively sponsors an art form to this degree, it elevates it from, say, a local craft to a national art form. It often leads to standardized techniques, an emphasis on unparalleled quality control, and a drive for grand, intricate designs that not only reflect imperial power, but also showcase a highly sophisticated aesthetic ideal.
You can really see how that would lead to the grandeur we were talking about.
Exactly. We can easily extrapolate that this state sponsorship significantly contributed to the grand scale and artistic complexity of Mashad designs. It fostered an environment where large, complex, highly artistic carpets could flourish, perhaps without the usual economic constraints. It fundamentally established Mashad's reputation for excellence and, you could argue, laid the blueprint for the masterpieces yet to come.
So royal patronage really cemented its place and drove that quest for perfection.
Wow.
And that foundation clearly paid off, because then we see this true flourishing, a sort of golden age, wouldn't you say? In the 19th and early 20th centuries, Mashad rugs really gained widespread prominence during this time. They became incredibly popular for their elegance, their sophistication. It wasn't just local fame, was it? They became an international sensation, exported widely to Europe, America. What made them so appealing across continents? Why then?
That's a great observation. And the global reach of Mashad rugs during the 19th and early 20th centuries is incredibly telling. Their popularity in Western markets, it speaks volumes about their universal aesthetic appeal and, importantly, their perceived quality and durability. It marks a significant shift, really, from a regionally important craft to an internationally sought-after commodity, a luxury good desired across cultures.
Right.
Imagine these intricate, opulent pieces gracing the grand drawing rooms of, say, European aristocracy, or adorning the burgeoning mansions of American industrialists and wealthy merchants.
You can picture it.
They weren't just decorative items, they were symbols of status, sophistication, refined taste, recognized for their artistry and enduring quality far beyond their place of origin. This period cemented Mashad's reputation on a truly global scale, transforming local artistry into an international export powerhouse.
And behind all that success, the international fame, were the people actually making them.
Absolutely. Underpinning all of this success, both historically and internationally, were the very hands that brought these masterpieces to life, the master weavers and the workshops themselves. The city became particularly known for its high-quality, hand-spun wool, a meticulous, time-consuming process that begins long before the first knot is even tied. And crucially, it was known for its exceptionally skilled artisans. These were the true artists whose practiced hands meticulously produced those large, often oversized carpets we spoke about earlier. Carpets characterized by their incredible well-proportioned central medallion designs.
That hand-spun wool detail is interesting. What difference does that really make?
Well, the mention of hand-spun wool immediately tells you about the meticulous attention to detail right from the raw materials stage. It implies a deeper control over the fiber's strength, its evenness, its luster than machine processing typically allows. It adds a certain character, and the well-proportioned central medallion. That highlights sophisticated design principles. It requires a deep understanding of balance, visual harmony, and the artistic foresight to execute such grandeur effectively.
So it wasn't just slapping a pattern down.
Not at all. And think about what it takes to coordinate the production of such large, oversized carpets with this level of precision, often involving multiple artisans working within a single workshop, sometimes side by side. It suggests a highly organized craft system, often passed down through families, generation after generation, where knowledge and techniques were not just taught, but lived, guarded, perfected over centuries. This created a legacy of unparalleled quality and artistry. It's a testament to human dedication and coordinated effort, really.
It's truly inspiring thinking about that level of dedication and inherited skill passed down. Okay, let's shift our focus a bit now. From the history, let's zoom in on the tangible characteristics, the very DNA, if you will, that defines a Mashad rug. If you were to see one, maybe even own one, what are those undeniable, tangible characteristics that would tell you, yes, this is it? So what does this all mean for recognizing one of these magnificent pieces yourself?
That's an excellent next step. Because these rugs possess very distinct features that speak directly to their quality and origin. Let's start with the fundamental material, specifically the wool. Mashad rugs are renowned for using remarkably high-quality wool. It's carefully sourced from the region's own sheep, particularly those in the Khorassan province. And this isn't just any wool. Sources consistently describe it as soft to the touch, incredibly resilient, meaning it springs back well from pressure, foot traffic.
Oh, right. Important for a rug.
Very. And possessing a beautiful natural luster, a subtle sheen that catches the light beautifully. Now, why is regional wool quality so crucial? It directly impacts its durability, its ability to withstand decades, even centuries of use, and its overall appearance, ensuring colors retain their vibrancy over time. That natural luster means the fibers inherently reflect light in a way that enhances the rug's visual depth and vibrancy. It makes the colors truly pop and gives the rug a luxurious feel.
So that quality wool contributes to its investment value, its longevity in your home. It sounds fundamental.
Absolutely fundamental. It's the foundation of its lasting beauty and strength, making it a potential heirloom piece. Moving from the material itself, we come to the weaving techniques, which are primarily almost exclusively hand knotting. This is where the magic truly happens, where those raw materials are transformed by human touch and skill. Skilled artisans employ hand knotting techniques that have been painstakingly passed down through countless generations, often from parent to child, carrying centuries of accumulated wisdom.
Wow, generations.
It's an incredibly labor-intensive process. Each knot is individually tied by hand around the warp threads. Those are the vertical ones, then carefully packed down. It's precisely this hand tying that results in rugs that are not only incredibly plush and dense underfoot, creating that luxurious feel, but also exceptionally durable. This is a direct, fundamental contrast to any machine-made rug. Each hand-tied knot forms a unique texture and provides a resilience that automated production simply cannot replicate.
You can really picture the difference.
Imagine the countless hours involved. An artisan might tie thousands, maybe tens of thousands of knots a day, each one a precise, deliberate action. Envision the rhythmic fingerwork, the quiet concentration that goes into creating even a small section of these magnificent carpets. It's a testament to human patience, precision, and artistry, a kind of meditative dance between hands and threads.
I can almost visualize the rhythm of those hands now. Amazing. And then there are the designs and motifs. You called it a visual feast earlier. These rugs are known for their bold, often grand patterns, those intricate central medallions that really draw the eye, and a truly vibrant color palette, often dominated by rich hues of red, deep blue, elegant ivory.
Indeed, a real feast. And within that visual feast, there's a very specific and captivating design element that often acts as a signature. The floral design, known as Islim. It's sometimes translated as snake or maybe tendril. What's unique and so recognizable about many Mashad carpets is that the entire field, the main body of the rug, is frequently covered with a very clear, thin snake line.
A snake line.
Yes, but it's not static or rigid. It twists, it curls, it gracefully winds its way over the whole area. It creates this mesmerizing sense of continuous movement and organic fluidity across the rug's surface, almost like a silent, meandering river of design guiding your eye. This flowing line is a genuine hallmark of Mashad artistry. The central medallion, which often acts as the primary focal point, is typically round, providing a strong, perfectly balanced anchor to the dynamic Islam pattern that surrounds it.
Okay, I think I can picture that. The twisting line providing rhythm, the round medallion grounding it.
Exactly. Imagine that twisting snake line providing a delicate yet pervasive visual rhythm, while the round medallion offers a satisfying, perfectly balanced center, drawing you right into the rug's heart. And if you allow your eye to move beyond that central field out towards the borders, you'll find they are meticulously constructed, often layered. They're typically formed by 2 or more guards. These are narrow bands that frame the main border. They're often decorated with small, repeating floral motifs, adding a subtle intricacy. Then there's a central, wider band that ties it all together. And this is where you'll often find a continuation of that distinctive floral Islim motif we just described, or perhaps a different, more elaborate floral motif, often elegantly enclosed within a rectangular or maybe a diamond-shaped surround.
Ah, so the border's complex too.
Oh, yes. This layered border adds immense depth. It frames the elaborate central field beautifully and creates a harmonious, balanced composition that feels complete and self-contained. It's really a masterclass in framing the central design.
And it's not just about looks, right? You mentioned they can reflect deeper themes too.
Correct. Beyond the sheer aesthetics, Mashad rugs can also subtly reflect deeper religious or historical themes. This is particularly true given the city's profound significance as the burial place of Imam Reza, one of the 12 imams of Shia Islam. It's a major pilgrimage site.
Right, the holy city aspect.
Exactly. So while not always overtly symbolic, a rug might incorporate subtle architectural elements reminiscent of the Imam Reza shrine, perhaps, or patterns that evoke a sense of spiritual reverence. This adds another layer of meaning to the rug, elevating it beyond pure decoration. It suggests that these rugs are often not merely beautiful objects, but can also be narratives or spiritual symbols woven into textile form, carrying the very essence of the city's spiritual identity.
That's truly profound. It adds so much more depth to each piece, knowing there might be a silent spiritual narrative woven within. That's incredible. And speaking of distinctive characteristics, there's one color in particular that's a real hallmark, isn't there? A specific hue that just screams Mashad.
Absolutely. One of the most distinctive characteristics, a true identifier of authentic Mashad rugs, is their use of unparalleled deep reds. These vibrant, rich, almost luminous reds. They're not just any red, they're typically derived from cochineal dye. Now, this isn't a synthetic dye or just any plant-based pigment you might find.
Cochineal, that rings a bell. Isn't that from insects?
Precisely. Cochineal is a historically significant natural pigment extracted from tiny dried insects that feed on prickly pear cacti, primarily found in South America. The process of harvesting and preparing this dye is ancient, it's labor-intensive, but it yields a red that is incredibly stable, light-fast, and produces a nuanced, intense, truly unique hue. It has a remarkable depth and glow that's hard to replicate. This specific cochineal red truly sets Mashad rugs apart from many other Persian styles, which might use, say, madder root for their reds. It's a signature of Mashad, almost like a specific brushstroke of a renowned painter.
Wow.
This focus on specific, high-quality, traditional dyes and distinct color palettes is crucial for connoisseurs and collectors. It helps distinguish and identify a true Mashad rug.
So if you were in a gallery examining a rug, how would recognizing this specific luminous cochineal red help you identify a true Mashad?
Well, it's a strong visual clue. It's like a fingerprint of authenticity, really.
Yep.
And it's a testament to centuries of inherited knowledge in dye preparation and use. It signals genuine Mashad craftsmanship.
That specific red is a fantastic, almost secret tip for identification. That's great. But okay, within this broader category of Mashad rugs, there's an even more subtle yet incredibly significant distinction that our sources highlight. It's something that sounds like just a slight variation in name, but it actually points to a very specific technical difference, right? What exactly is the difference between a Mashad and a Mashad Turkish rug? Sounds confusing.
You're absolutely right to pick up on that. It is subtle, but it's a crucial technical differentiator that actually speaks to cross-cultural influences in weaving. Our sources clarify that what we generally call Mashads can actually be divided into these 2 distinct groups, the traditional Mashad and the Mashad Turkish. Now, both types are primarily woven on vertical looms. That allows for the creation of larger, more intricate designs and indicates skilled handcraft, not industrial production. They are predominantly produced in small, dedicated craft centers, maintaining that artisanal quality we've been discussing.
Okay, so far so similar.
You're right. For both types, the warp and weft, think of them as the skeleton threads, vertical warp, horizontal weft, giving the rug its structure and stability, are typically made of strong, durable cotton. That provides a robust foundation. And the knot count, which is a key measure of fineness and density, typically varies from a very respectable 100 to 200 knots per square inch for both varieties. So quality-wise, they're often comparable in density.
Okay, so where's the difference then?
The key differentiator, as the name Mashad Turkish strongly hints, lies precisely in the knot used. The traditional Mashad rug employs the Persian knot. This is also known as the asymmetrical knot. Visually, if you were to look at the back of the rug, each knot forms a single diagonal loop around one warp thread, with the second half of the knot being free. This asymmetry, interestingly, allows for exceptionally fine and curvilinear designs, think flowing vines, intricate florals, to be rendered with great precision. It often produces a slightly less dense, sometimes softer pile.
Okay, Persian knot, asymmetrical, good for curves.
Got it. Exactly.
Sure.
In contrast, the Mashad Turkish rug uses the Turkish knot, also called the symmetrical knot. Here, each knot forms a symmetrical loop around two adjacent warp threads, with both ends of the pile yarn coming up between those two threads. This symmetry typically creates a slightly more robust, compact, and often more durable pile. It can impact the rug's texture, maybe a bit stiffer, and the precise definition of very fine straight lines in geometric patterns.
Ah, so Turkish knot, symmetrical, maybe better for straight lines, potentially tougher.
That's a good summary. So while both are high quality, the knot choice subtly influences the rug's feel, its potential durability under heavy use, and how certain design elements appear visually.
Fascinating detail. But why the Turkish name in Mashad? How did that happen?
Well, what's truly fascinating here is the origin of these Mashad Turkish carpets. They apparently owe their existence not to some organic evolution from within Mashad's own weaving traditions, but to the initiative of a specific group, merchants from Tabriz.
Tabriz, another major rug center, right?
A very important one, yes. In the last century, these Tabriz merchants actively organized and established some carpet-making centers at Mashad. This wasn't just casual business, it was a deliberate commercial decision. They were bringing Tabriz's renowned weaving expertise and, critically, their preferences, specifically their preference for the Turkish knot, into the Mashad production landscape.
So they set up shop in Mashad using their own techniques.
Essentially, yes. You have an external entrepreneurial influence, literally transplanting a different technical tradition into an established weaving hub. It's a really interesting example of commercial and artistic interaction.
So why does knowing about these specific knot types really matter for us listening or someone thinking about buying one? Seems very technical.
Well, it highlights the incredible precision and the nuanced regional variations that can exist even within what seems like a single category of rug. It shows that even a seemingly minor technical detail, like how a tiny piece of wool is tied, can have significant implications. Implications for the rug's characteristics, its feel underfoot, its historical lineage, even its potential value to a collector who understands these distinctions. Imagine, for a moment, examining the underside of a rug, maybe with a magnifying glass, seeing the subtle but distinct variations in the way each knot is tied. It's like reading a hidden language of craftsmanship, a silent testament to the dynamic evolution and cross-pollination within the rich Persian rug weaving tradition. It's a reminder that even the smallest detail tells a story. It deepens your appreciation.
That's a remarkable nuance, yeah. And it underscores just how much deep, almost forensic knowledge goes into truly understanding these rugs. It also leads us nicely to broaden our perspective a bit. Mashad isn't just a place where incredible rugs are made. It's also, as you hinted, a vital center of commerce and influence within the entire rug world, isn't it? It seems to have this ripple effect outwards.
Precisely. That's a very important point. Mashad serves as a major trading and export center for carpets woven throughout the entire Khorassan region. That's a vast and historically significant area of northeastern Iran. This means its economic importance extends far beyond just its own direct production of Mashad-specific rugs. It acts as a gateway, a central hub. Rugs from surrounding areas, maybe smaller villages or different weaving communities within Khorassan, flow into Mashad. They're curated there, assessed, and then dispatched to markets worldwide.
So it's like the main clearinghouse for the region's carpets.
Exactly. It elevates Mashad's role to that of a primary commercial artery for a vast area of carpet production. It's not just a city of weavers, it's a dynamic nexus of trade, expertise, and global distribution. And this broad regional influence is also evident in how some Mashads, or rugs sold through Mashad, are marketed. For instance, our sources note that some Mashads incorporating Herati decorations.
Right. What are those again?
They're distinct diamond-shaped geometric forms, often with intricate floral heads decorating the inside and surrounding the diamond. It's a classic Persian motif. While some Mashads, using these Herati patterns, may actually be marketed under the more general heading of Khorassan.
Ah, okay. So grouped regionally rather than by city.
Right. This demonstrates how specific designs can sometimes transcend a single city's name and be grouped under broader regional headings, especially when that city acts as the central market for the region's output. It highlights the interconnectedness and fluidity of weaving traditions across an entire geographical area. It reminds us that these artistic boundaries are often porous, influenced by commercial realities too.
Makes sense.
Furthermore, Mashad is justly considered one of the oldest centers for carpet weaving in Persia. This deep historical lineage, tracing back centuries, it isn't just a point of pride. It reinforces its long-standing reputation for quality and expertise. It solidifies its place as a foundational pillar in the whole narrative of Persian rug artistry. It's not a newcomer to the scene, it's an ancient guardian of the craft, preserving techniques and designs that have stood the test of time.
An ancient guardian, I like that. But not stuck in the past, right? You mentioned influences flowing in as well.
Absolutely not stuck. This ancient center has certainly not remained static in its artistry. Mashad rugs themselves have been dynamically influenced by styles and techniques from other renowned rug-producing cities across Persia. It forms a kind of grand artistic conversation over centuries. Cities like Isfahan, known for its incredible curvilinear floral masterpieces, Tabriz, with its bolder geometric and medallion designs, Kerman, famous for its pictorial rugs, Nain, known for its superfine knotting and light color palettes, and Qum, a relatively newer center known for its beautiful silk rugs. They've all contributed to this cross-pollination.
So it's like they were all learning from each other.
In a way, yes. This is a crucial point because it demonstrates the living, evolving nature of artistic development. Ideas, motifs, technical innovations constantly flow between these creative hubs. For example, the detailed, intricate floral work characteristic of an Isfahan rug might inspire a new border design, or perhaps a more delicate interpretation of a motif in Mashad. Or the bolder geometric sensibility of a Tabriz piece could subtly influence the structure of a Mashad central medallion. This constant exchange prevents stagnation. It ensures the enduring vitality and the incredible diversity of Persian carpet art. It's a continuous artistic dialogue playing out over generations.
It truly is like a grand conversation happening between cities through their art, each influencing and refining the other. That's fascinating. And within that conversation, certain individual voices must stand out, surely. Our sources mention master weavers, who truly left an indelible mark, elevating the craft even further.
Indeed, individual genius and unparalleled skill play a significant role in shaping any artistic tradition. And this is certainly true for Mashad. Master weavers like Mowgli, for example, his name comes up, specifically made profound contributions that further cemented the reputation of Mashad rugs. Their work wasn't just about maintaining existing high standards, it was about pushing the boundaries of what was possible within the tradition.
Innovators, then.
Exactly. They were revered for upholding incredibly high-quality weaving techniques, using the finest materials, absolutely, but also for introducing genuinely innovative designs. This willingness to innovate while deeply respecting centuries of tradition is what allowed Mashad rugs to continually evolve and remain at the forefront of carpet artistry. Mowgli's influence, for instance, suggests a period where design rules might have been subtly bent or expanded, leading to fresh interpretations of classic motifs, perhaps introducing new color combinations or even abstract elements that still felt intrinsically Mashad. Imagine the years of apprenticeship and innate talent required to achieve such a status and influence.
Incredible. But innovation and desirability. That can lead to imitation.
Yes. Here's an interesting consequence of such widespread influence and desirability, the phenomenon of copies and imitations. Our sources specifically state that Indian weavers produce copies of Mashad's schemes, meaning they replicate the distinctive designs and patterns.
So basically fakes, or just inspired by.
It's complex. This phenomenon of artistic influence leading to commercial replication is common in many art forms and industries, fashion, furniture. It raises fascinating questions about authenticity, about the perceived value of an original versus a copy. And it shows how popular designs can spread globally, often following established trade routes or modern supply chains. While these copies might visually resemble a Mashad rug at first glance, they often lack the authentic, high-quality materials, the specific wool, the natural cochineal dye. They might lack the meticulous knotting precision or the inherent cultural and historical value of a true hand-knotted Mashad from Persia. They might be made with different wools, perhaps synthetic dyes, or maybe a much less dense knotting technique.
Okay, so the quality might not be there even if the pattern looks similar.
Often, yes. So why is it important to know that copies exist? It underscores the distinctiveness and the inherent desirability of authentic Mashad rugs. It makes the genuine article even more valuable for its integrity, its heritage, its provenance, and its unparalleled craftsmanship. It encourages a deeper appreciation, really, for the original artistic and cultural labor involved. It pays to know what you're looking at.
That distinction between original and copy really hits home. It definitely makes you appreciate the genuine article, the true artistry, even more. So, okay, we've journeyed from ancient roots through royal patronage, met master weavers, admired intricate designs that traveled continents, and even touched on copies. Now let's try and bridge that historical and artistic discussion to the present day. If we connect this to the bigger picture, how does all this ancient knowledge and artistry translate into the modern world? For you, the interested buyer, the enthusiast listening now, how is this rich tradition maintained, appreciated, and shared today, ensuring its legacy actually continues?
That's a crucial connection to make, absolutely. Because this isn't just history confined to a museum display case, it's a living art form, and it's supported by dedicated individuals and businesses committed to its preservation and propagation. Let's look at a modern example provided in our sources, Babak's Oriental carpets. This business seems to beautifully exemplify how this legacy is carried forward, bridging centuries of tradition with, contemporary commerce and appreciation. We immediately see a strong emphasis on the intergenerational transfer of expertise and passion. Dr. Hushang Rezwani, for instance, has built an honorable reputation in the carpet business over an impressive 35 years, initially based in Graz, Austria.
Wow, 35 years.
Yeah, that's real dedication. Now he's bringing his extensive knowledge and an exclusive, curated selection of Persian and Oriental carpets to homes and businesses in Victoria and Vancouver, extending that legacy to a new continent. This speaks volumes about a long-standing commitment to quality, integrity, and trust in a highly specialized field where deep knowledge is absolutely paramount.
And it's a family affair, right? His
Yep.
son is involved.
Exactly. His son, Babak Rezwani, is the store owner and operator of the Victoria showroom. He's ensuring the family's expertise continues into the next generation. Babak, our sources tell us, has literally been around the carpet business his entire life. Imagine growing up immersed in this world, the textures, the colors, the patterns, the stories behind them, touching, seeing, learning about carpets from a very young age.
That's got to give you a different kind of knowledge.
Absolutely. This kind of lifelong, intimate exposure means he possesses a vast, almost intuitive knowledge of most carpets from around the world, with a particular specialization naturally in those from Persia. This demonstrates that the deep knowledge we've been discussing isn't merely academic, it's a lived, breathed reality. It's a heritage passed down through action and experience. It is alive in businesses dedicated to preserving and sharing these treasures. They act almost like living libraries of carpet lore.
That deep inherited knowledge is truly invaluable, I imagine, especially when you're dealing with such complex and valuable items. It sounds like Babak's Oriental Carpets isn't just a place to, buy a rug, but more like a resource for anyone interested in this world. And beyond just having the carpets, they also offer a whole suite of services, apparently. Services that really support both the craft itself and the consumer, making it easier for people to engage with and, invest in this world.
Precisely. They seem to offer a really comprehensive range of services that cater to pretty much every aspect of carpet ownership and appreciation. They recognize that these are not just purchases, they're often investments in art and heritage. For instance, they provide worldwide shipping. That immediately speaks to accessibility, right? Allowing these magnificent pieces to reach enthusiasts and collectors no matter where they are, breaking down geographical barriers. Then there are crucial practical services like expert carpet repair and cleaning. These are absolutely vital for the long-term maintenance and preservation of these intricate pieces, ensuring they can be enjoyed for generations and retain their value. Think of it as specialized care for a work of art.
Yeah, you wouldn't just throw a Mashad in the washing machine.
Definitely not. They also offer appraisal services, which are crucial for accurately determining the valuation of historical and artistic pieces, maybe for insurance purposes, potential resale, or simply for an owner to understand the true worth of their heirloom. Their trade-in and purchasing counter helps facilitate the market for unique pieces. It allows collectors maybe to evolve their collections, or for family heirlooms to find new appreciative homes. And importantly for you, the learner listening, they provide detailed information sheets on all carpets, empowering buyers with clear, concise knowledge about their specific purchase, its origin, materials, significance.
That's great. Transparency.
Yes. And crucially, they offer a certificate of authenticity for all carpets purchased. This directly addresses those concerns we had about copies and imitations. It ensures trust and verifiable value, providing real peace of mind for the buyer.
Okay, those all sound really valuable. What about the buying experience itself?
Well, from a customer convenience perspective, they also offer free delivery service, though, you should always check for any specific restrictions based on location, naturally. And they offer trials at no obligation. This allows you to actually experience the rug in your own space, see how it lives with your light, your furniture, ensuring it harmonizes with your home before making a commitment. That provides tremendous confidence in such a significant purchase.
Trying it out at home first, that's a big plus.
It really is. And underpinning all of this is their knowledgeable and professional staff. They're there to provide personalized guidance, answer questions, share their insights. What's fascinating here is how these comprehensive services enhance your experience as someone interested in learning about or maybe potentially owning one of these pieces. They provide the practical backbone, the essential support system that allows you to fully appreciate the artistry and invest confidently without feeling overwhelmed by the practicalities of acquisition or long-term care.
It makes it feel much more accessible.
And this commitment extends beyond just transactions. It seems rooted in a deep passion for sharing knowledge. But Bach, our sources emphasize, is genuinely dedicated to the study of Oriental carpets. He's always pleased to share his extensive knowledge on their historical significance, the intricate hand-knotting techniques, their investment value, their overall quality. This isn't just about selling a product, it's about fostering a deeper appreciation for a profound cultural art form, ensuring that this living history continues to resonate with new generations. It connects directly back to your persona as the learner. This seems like a business built on education and enthusiasm for the subject matter, a true bridge between past and present.
What an incredible journey we've taken today. Really, truly unraveling the threads of Mashad carpets. It feels like we've covered so much ground. From their ancient roots and that crucial Safavid influence that nurtured their grandeur, to the intricate Islam designs twisting gracefully across their fields and those truly distinctive deep cochineal reds that mark their unique identity. We've seen just how much history, artistry, and meticulous craftsmanship goes into a single Mashad rug, transforming it from a simple object into a narrative. We've had some fantastic aha moments too, I think, like understanding the subtle but significant distinction between a Mashad and a Mashad Turkish rug based on their knotting. The profound role of master weavers like Mowgli in shaping and innovating the tradition, and Mashad's broader influence as a trading hub, even inspiring copies across the globe. So what does this all mean for you, the discerning eye listening or the curious mind? It means, hopefully, that every time you see a rug, especially a potential Mashad, you now have a deeper appreciation for the silent stories it tells, the countless hands that made it, the rich cultural heritage it represents. It connects you directly to centuries of human endeavor.
And that's precisely it, isn't it? We've seen how centuries of tradition and intricate detail are meticulously woven into every Mashad carpet, making them far, far more than just floor coverings. They are tangible echoes of history and artistry. But beyond their undeniable beauty, their documented history, their material value, what deeper, perhaps untold stories are silently held within the very threads of these magnificent rugs, stories that are yet to be fully appreciated. This raises an important question, perhaps for us all to ponder. Perhaps the true, enduring value of these pieces lies not just in their material worth or their historical lineage, but in the echoes of the countless hands that knotted them, the lives they touched, the dreams they perhaps embodied, and the rich cultures they represent and preserve across the relentless march of time. They are silent witnesses, really, to generations of human experience.
A truly thought-provoking idea to end on. Silent witnesses. I like that. We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Mashad carpets and that it encourages you maybe to look differently at the objects around you. Think about the incredible journey of other cultural artifacts or the hidden stories woven into seemingly everyday items. Until next time, keep digging deep.